What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Footy with an Edge. We're back again with our sixth live of the week. We're doing this every day. I love it. So nice to see you guys, man. I am going to pull something up on my screen. Do we think United are playing like a top 4 team? That's the real question, right? I mean, expected points has us third on the table. We are actually sixth on the table. And if you look at sort of the time since Lawmans has come into the team, we have been doing pretty well, right? How's everyone doing? First of all, let me see stats here. Do we have some people live? Hopefully, you guys can hear me. Hello? Is anyone here? Blink twice, guys, if you can hear me. we got our cat joining the stream today. You guys see that? The cat's loving her time. Look at her. Kitty wants to say hi. Say hi to the cat boys. Bang bang. Bang bang. All right. Let's get started. This is going to be amazing for whoever's watching it not live, right? The first 5 minutes. Cool. Chisangamukuma says loud and clear. Grapo says, what's her name? Her name is Mila. She is a domestic long hair mixed with well, cats always look pissed, bro. That's the thing. That's the beauty of a cat. They always look pissed. But yeah, her name is Mila, and she's domestic long hair mixed with Maine Coon / Siberian. We're not really sure. I can't believe how bad Brighton's finishing was against Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. Arvin says setup's cool, bro. Thank you, man. João Pino says I don't know what that is. Andy, the Amorim outers are gonna call you delusional. I mean, let them, bro. Let them. We're looking at Semix is here. Semix says hello. Roberto says, what's up? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday, bro. Rishi says audible. And Great Bro was the first one saying, what's good, man? Brighton pissed on purpose so Arne Slot could stay at Liverpool. Yeah. He's got to stay till they come play at Old Trafford, right? Isn't that the agreement? No, it's not Roger Mila, bro. Sadly. It is Mila Mila. Okay, she's still probably behind me. There we go. She's doing the deeds. You know, cleaning herself. She's got to keep up impressions. Brighton missed on purpose, so yeah. Fergie Search says, yo, Sergio Ramos rumors to United thoughts. He's 39, bro. I just Roberto says I've sold him on his last video. United will win 4-0. Yeah, that's funny. Here, let me just rearrange some stuff on my screen. I think this is better, probably. Go all the way down there. Fit that there. And then move this here too. By the way, guys, how do you like the new overlay? Because your boy Shant has outdone himself again. Because now we have a simpler overlay on the bottom. So when we have people joining the StreamYard, it's gonna look even nicer. So give some love to Shant in the chat, man. He's always over delivering with this stuff, and it's super nice to see. Shaylin says, love it. What? Good. What? Shaylin, you okay, bro? Okay. What the? What's Shaylin's having a heart attack, guys. Somebody send help. What is this? Good. A yeah, Shant is OP, bro. Shant's done a great job here. And W Sean BB Arvin says, "Nice to see you guys, man. Okay, Bojack, how's it going? I'm good, man. So Joao Pino brings up a good question, which is real question is, will United play like a top 4 team during AFCON? This is a great point, dude. I think we're gonna see something from I think we're gonna see something from Shea Lacey. We're probably gonna see more from Xerxes and Mount because they're gonna have to be the tens. I think Sheshko is coming back, so that's gonna help us a lot. We're going to change how we play quite a bit. Joao Pino also says very nice Shant. Shant is on a long drive right now, so Shant, if you're watching this, this is for you, bro. The new overlay looks super clean. Um, and Antonko sign and Anto and cosine. I don't know how to say your name. We're not a top 4 team. We have to lower our expectations. Europa League will be a huge improvement on 15th. Yeah, I hear you, but it's more about the numbers, right? We're talking about the numbers right now. Like let me just share my screen and walk you guys through what I'm talking about. Hold on a second. Let me go share screen. Bang bang. Okay. So this is what I'm talking about, right? We're looking at 15 games into the season. Liverpool have now played 16 and Brighton have played 16. But let's just take it a game back, actually. Why don't we do that? Let's go to when every team had played 15 games because obviously the Liverpool Brighton game has just ended. And what we're seeing here is we're sixth in the table, 25 points, 30 XG, 20 XG against. So there's an XG differential of 10 goals, but our actual goal difference is only 4. So this tells you we are, we probably should have scored 4 more goals and conceded 2 less goals. And then our expected points has us in third, just slightly above Crystal Palace and let's say a point and a half over Liverpool, right? So what this tells me is essentially we need um to finish our chances and also concede fewer goals. But despite all of that, like the underlying performance puts us in third place. Funnily enough, it's actually the amount of points that we have now, but it just shows you that other teams are kind of overperforming where they should be, right? Like even Arsenal are kind of point and a half maybe above where they should be. City are 8 point above where they should be. So I think I think it's safe to say that we're playing like a top 4 team right now, and we have been doing this for a while. This is not just sort of out of the blue. If you guys saw the Brighton video, I detailed it pretty clearly that we have sort of a certain type of team right now that looks like we're underperforming, but we are actually doing better than we think we are. There's just a lot of negativity around the club, which Paul Scholes, Kabi Menu, the whole situation doesn't help us. But we have scored before the Liverpool game the third most goals in the league, which is a huge good sign. In terms of goals conceded, we are what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We are right in mid table in terms of goals conceded, right? But we are not in mid table for XG against. So I think there's enough to be said here to say like we can actually sustain this over the season because 15 games in is not too small a sample size, right? 15 games in is more than a third of the season, and it's more than a third of the season, and it really depends on how many points we get during AFCON, right? So let me just pull up the AFCON table as well. Flop Mob, Man United. Okay. So the fixtures for AFCON are Villa, Newcastle, Wolves, Leeds, Burnley, And then I believe there's another game. Well, there's also the FA Cup game against Brighton. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there should be another Premier League game as well. It's a City game. So these are the 6 games that we'll miss, and we'll also miss the FA Cup clash against Brighton. So there's 7 games that we're gonna, have an issue with. Art says, "What did I miss? I just got back from work." We're just talking about the underlying stats, Art, and why they signal that we should be a top 4 team. Let me just see. We got 60, 70 people live, guys. Can we smash a like on the video? Help us out. Let me just get a poll going. Will we get top 4 this season? Let's go. Let's get your thoughts up there, guys. Okay, first vote is no. And we are going up a little bit from that. If since so many of you guys are saying no, would it also be true that us getting top 4 would be a very Fergie, you need to stop spamming, bro. Otherwise I have to time you out. Just gonna put you on a 1-minute timeout. I will answer your question though, which is should we get a left wing back or a center back? I think it's more important that we get a left wing back than a center back. But overall, I would say even more important than that is us getting what's it called? Is us getting a central midfielder. I think right center mid is probably the most important position for us. Joao Pino says, if we win, we can start having a gap to the teams behind, betting on Newcastle, Palace, Tottenham, and Villa not winning tomorrow. Who is playing tomorrow? Let me see the fixtures. Premier League fixtures. Table, Premier League fixtures. So we have Burnley Fulham going on right now. Fulham's winning 2-1. Arsenal play Wolves at 3 p.m. today. Palace City tomorrow. Oh, that's a big game for us in the top 4 race. Tottenham Forest. So if Forest can do the job against Tottenham, that's good for us as well. Sunderland Newcastle. Hopefully that's a draw. West Ham Villa. Hopefully West Ham win. And Brentford Leeds. Does it really matter to us? Let's see. Brentford are 15th with 19 points. Yeah, so Brentford Leeds doesn't really matter to us. So it's really about what games kind of how the games play out tomorrow. Some of the games play out, right? So the first 3 games are important to us. All the 3 of the 4 9 a.m. kickoffs will be important to us. And then we'll have a chance to see where the table stands after all the games play out. We're currently in 7th. If we get 3 more points, we'll be on 28 points. I guess Chelsea won their game today. So we'll be behind Chelsea. So the best we can do this weekend is finish on 5th place. I think if Palace win their game, if Palace beats City, they go to 29 points. And if they draw, then we have a very good chance to go to 5th place. Villa is on some crazy run right now. It's not going to last, guys. The Villa run is not going to last. That's just my 2 cents on it. Because they're basically looking at long shots to win their games. It's not going to be sustainable. Scholes is an embarrassment. Yeah, I mean he seems very frustrated. I wouldn't go as far as embarrassment, but he seems very frustrated, and that's a problem. Cool. Let me bring Abhishek to the show. Abhishek, how you doing? Hello? Abhishek? I guess he's not here. If someone else wants to join, guys, we can kick the conversation off. Let me see. We got almost 100 people watching, guys. Please drop a like on the stream. Let's get some love for the stream. Art's just given us a super chat. He says, "Game still, Man City will tell us where we belong." Yeah, this is a good point. I think what is it? 6 more games will be 21 games into the season. And it'll be interesting for us to see where we stand after 21 games into the season, right? It'll be a very good, let's say, a very good barometer to test where this team is actually at. Nelson says, "Where's Shant?" We are also wondering the same thing, bro. I think Shant's been busy with life, but he has been very kind to help us out with a new overlay for today, which will hopefully have a bit more of you visible on the screen when we have the panel coming on. He's the problem, apparently. Who are you talking about, Imran? I just saw that Bruno's the highest rated player in the entire league. Yeah, I hear you. Hate watching Barca. Almost 100 people live, only 25 likes. Let's smash that like button, guys. Yes, please. Please hit the like, guys. Really helps us out. Yeah, Shant is working today. Semix says that. Semix, if you're available, you should join. Let's have a conversation. 2 missed pens. You guys are watching the La Liga games. What's going on in the La Liga? Let me see. La Liga. Oh, Barcelona versus Osasuna. 80% Okay. Barcelona have 80% possession in this game. Jesus. How have they not scored with 80% possession, bro? A 0.8 XG? Okay, they have like 7 long shots. Fair enough. That's why they haven't scored. Any team predictions for Monday? So I think Delict is missing. Maguire's still not back, and Mazraoui is a doubt. I think with the Moroccan team, I believe Mbumo and this guy should be okay. Ahmad should be okay to play. So in terms of team predictions, if Mazraoui doesn't play, I'm guessing it's going to be what's his name? If Mazraoui doesn't play, it's going to be Euro on the right center back role. Just give me 1 second, guys. I got to close the door. Yeah. And Osasuna packed with the entire population. Yeah. Barcelona passing and passing. Any news on our AFCON departees and Bumo shows is unavailable in FPL for Monday game. I haven't heard anything, man. Let me take a look at some news. Maybe I can get some news on this. I haven't seen anything that they're definitely going to be missing. Brian Mbumo sends cryptic Man United message amidst AFCON uncertainty. What is this? But this is also Manchester Evening News, though. Okay. Yeah. Art says, "I like it. You're a cat guy." Yeah, absolutely. Cats are the best, man. I also love dogs, though. I can't really pick a favorite, but personally, I've always liked cats like a tiny bit more, maybe. My prediction going to be Shaw having Euro. Yeah, this is probably accurate. Okay, Bojack. Bruno's stats are the best in the league in his career. Not bad considering everyone's complaining he should be in the 10 for Menu, where we have Mbumo and Cunha. Scolds and fans clueless rants. Yep. And Mbumo, I think he'll play, guys. I think these guys are gonna play. That's my guess. M just Cope says, "Hi, how you guys doing, man? We got 90 plus people live. Please drop a like on the stream. Help us out. Nice save saying you also I do love dogs, though. Dogs are the best, dude. Dogs have so much energy. Dogs give you so much more of the active love and affection, whereas the cats are like, just be happy that I live with you, right? FIFA has given them until game week 17, 3 days before the tournament starts, as the last match before AFCON starts? I don't know what you're talking about here. Maybe you can explain a little bit better. I think Manchester Evening News has something in their company rules about using the word cryptic. Yeah. Yeah, bro, I hear you. Abhishek, I see you're trying to join the show. If you want to try again, I don't know. There was no camera the last time I pulled you on and you weren't speaking either. You think it's a game for Xerxes? Absolutely. I think Xerxes, there's a chance that he starts. If we don't have Sheshko, there is a chance. Actually, good question. Against Bournemouth, mm, like Xerxes does give us really good link up play. And Imran, yes, we know you have a dog phobia. You've told us before. I remember. Unfortunate that you had an incident with dogs when you were a kid. But dogs are really nice, man. They've got a lot of energy and just in general, you know, it's like having a kid almost with a dog, whereas a cat is slightly different. Cat's more like a teenager that doesn't like you anymore, you know. Um, okay, this is a new Abhishek. All right. Yeah, try again soon and maybe it'll work. Guys, the StreamYard link is pinned in the chat, so if you want to come have a chat, let's talk about it. Got 100 people live. Awesome. Imran needs a support dog. Yeah. Referring to the AFCON players that are supposed to go away to play for their countries. Yeah, but like what about them? Like you're saying they have what date are they allowed to stay back till? The game week 17 sounds like a really far time away. Like after the Bournemouth game, right? That's the game after the Bournemouth game. Hey Jab, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, buddy?
I'm well, thanks. It's your first time on the stream, right?
No, second time. I was the one with the little girl running around in the background the other day, a few weeks ago.
Oh, right. You're the guy from Brooklyn, correct?
Yes, from Brooklyn.
Yes, yes. Okay, how you doing, man?
I'm good. I've been struggling. I've been trying to get on the stream for the last few days, but my phone has been acting up. So it's the first time I actually got on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No worries, man. How you doing? How we feeling today?
Everything is not too bad. I tried to get on yesterday when you was talking about the school situation. I thought that was ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Go
Um,
on, give us your thoughts.
I feel like literally 99% of our legends are all the same. They're all toxic. If it's not, if literally, if it's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in charge, then they have nothing but negative
Yeah.
things to say. And I'm
Yeah.
so confused. Like, if y'all feel so strongly about it, why don't you one of y'all get up from on the desk that y'all at and come and coach the team? No, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to make money off of the success that y'all had on with the team and then criticize the team.
Yeah.
Like there was an article just the other day that was literally before Paul even said what he said. It's like I forgot what the article was, but it was like something about negative. Was it you that was talking about that? I can't remember. But it was something about no, it was something about Zidane said that when he was in charge of Real Madrid, the ex players and pundits that were slating the team affected the team.
Yeah.
So even if you think where you're thinking, your voice carries so much weight. The players are going to go and see. What do you think that Kobe Manu is going to go? What's going to think when he sees Paul Scholes say, "I bet Kobe Manu takes the piss out of Casemiro every day at practice." When I heard that, like, I'm so confused. How can you say that?
Yeah.
How can you be a Man United supporter and degrading our starting lineup for a backup? And this
Yeah.
is the thing, like, listen, guys, if Kobe Manu is that good, he would be playing. He would be playing. The last time he came on was literally the best cameo he's had all season. When he came
Also, Jab. Here's the crazy thing, right? Cas Ruben Amorim dropped Casemiro.
behind Toby
He's
Collier.
already Yeah, he dropped Casemiro. Remember we lost 3-0 to Liverpool and he was stinking up the pitch and he dropped him at halftime and that's when his wife came out and did the posting of his like trophy room, his cabinet room with the 5 Champions Leagues and all that, that
She's
he
like,
will
yeah,
bounce back or like
I got
respect
your
him or
back. Don't
whatever.
worry. Exactly.
Yeah,
And that's
and
what he
so
did. He
and so my
fought for his
point is
place.
we're okay with a 5 times Champions League winner who has already proved everything in his career getting dropped. And Amram did it based on merit to give other players more game time, right? Like Toby Collier, like you said. And then we're looking at Mainu saying he deserves to play over Casemiro, that he's taking the piss out of Casemiro. Guys, come on. It's going too far in terms of just driving your agenda. And for
No,
the
but
first thing you said,
but
Jab,
you know what it is. Not
yeah,
to cut you off, but just to
yeah,
get this, it's literally an English bias. They want their English players to play so they can play for the World Cup. That's it. Because every time you hear Kobe Manu, what do you hear? Oh, he started for England in the finals in the Euros. That was 2 years ago.
yeah.
Year ago. Like that's the only thing you hear. He started for England in the finals in the Euros against Spain, but y'all lost. I'm so confused. Like, come on, make it make sense.
What I
Show
mean,
me
that's what I'm
something.
telling you. It's this English like mentality, the British mentality of celebrating a loss in the final more than actually winning something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
As
Like they,
Casemiro was English, he'd be the greatest central defender ever. You would terrible.
yeah,
Oh, look, he's getting older, but yet still he's still even though he's lost his legs, he's still contributing. Da-da-da-da-da. All you would hear, all of that if he was English. He's not English. Oh, he can't play.
yeah,
Come on,
yeah.
man.
No,
It's
I hear you. And listen, the crazy thing for me is that Amarim is clearly just trying to win games, right? And people are asking you to turn on your camera, bro. Let's go.
all right.
We need to see you as well.
That's
Yeah,
what,
there we go. There we go.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like for us to take off like a spaceship, like your t-shirt, we gotta get all the ingredients right, man. And honestly, like what beats me is we can all sit here and pretend like the ex players are too dumb to realize that criticizing the club actually harms us more than hurts us, right? But
Yeah.
I refuse to believe that they're that stupid, right? I'm gonna give them more credit than everybody else is willing to give them, and just say that, guys, you guys clearly know what is the reason. Why does Jamie Carragher never criticize Liverpool or Arne Slot? He goes
Even
after the
right
players.
now.
Yeah, even with the whole Mo Salah thing and evereverything, and now they've kissed and made
But
up or whatever, and he
he
played
never
for
liked
him.
Mo Salah, but still, like,
Yeah,
even though he had his little bias, he tried to keep it. He tried unsuccessfully, but
but that's what I'm saying. Like Jamie Carragher knows, he's smart enough to realize like I shouldn't criticize my club because it's going to put more pressure. And if I go after Arne Slot for not being good enough, then we're going to reset the Liverpool project that we started with him, and that's going to put us back, right? But Jamie
Mhm.
Carragher's happy to do that for United and say let's get Ruben Amorim sacked within 1 year. So you need to like just look at it and say, yo, this guy hates us, and we shouldn't do what he's doing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and it's kind of weird because like you like to watch stuff, you like to go watch content, but with these guys acting the way how they're acting, like I'm so selective on what I watch now. Like I don't even want to watch it. I'll just hear about it. I don't even want to watch it because it's like
Oh,
you just
it's
saying
tough,
things.
man. It's tough. You're telling me, bro, you're preaching to the choir. Like you know how hard it is for me to watch other content creators now? Because it's not that I have no shade. Listen, I respect the hustle, right? Like, and
Yeah,
number one on that list is Mark Goldrich. That guy's a very shrewd operator. He's changed the world just from his basement or whatever he makes the
yep.
videos in, right? So
And
I
he
have
was a pioneer. He was a
yeah, and
pioneer.
I have tons of respect for him, but I think
But
even you can see from his position that he's a little jaded, right? Like he's
yeah,
kind of run out of things to say, and now he went a little too early on the Amram outs. Like I don't like Bruno in the 8, like constantly criticizing type of thing, and yeah. So I think I hear you on the content creators in general, whether it's ex players or other United creators. There's very few selective people. I like watching Semix. I like watching James from the Muppeteers because he's got a lot of the transfer inside news, right?
mhm,
There's very few like positive people. I think United People's TV, Stretford Paddock, those guys are okay to listen to, right? Like
yeah,
they've got, they're at least calm and composed about what they're producing in terms of
yeah.
content.
They're
But
you can
hey,
still they're,
that's why we have this community here, man.
and
A
I
bunch
love
of
this
people that are
community.
fed up.
I'm glad I found you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, bro. Go on. So tell us, do you think we're getting top 4 this year?
It's gonna be hard. If we didn't lose that game to Everton, I know I'm harping on, but that 3 points was huge. Like the way how we're so bundled together, like every point matters.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping that we're not gonna drop points again today, even though this is a harder game than Everton. But I could see what position are we in right now? Seven,
We're
11,
sixth. We're sixth.
six. If we get 3 points, we're gonna be fifth, right?
Depending on few of the other, like Palace has to either draw or lose. If Palace also win, then we'll still be sixth.
Okay. So I mean, I don't have no faith in Palace in the long run. So I think Chelsea's defense is a little inconsistent. I think we have a chance to get top four.
Hmm.
But I mean, this I've been
Oh
saying
yeah,
this
we're
since.
seventh now. Sorry, since a few teams played today, we are actually seventh currently. But that's because some of the teams have 16 games, whereas we have 15, right? But
But
I
I've been
think,
saying that. Okay. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry,
go for
sorry.
it. No,
I've
go
been
for it.
saying that to my friends, a few of my friends, since like before the season started. But like, I come to every game with an open mind, and when I listen to the press conference, I listen to what Ruben Amorim is saying.
Hmm.
Right when he said when we was on this easy run of games and it started, he was like, I can't really trust the team. The team is inconsistent. I literally have to be there at training to make sure they keep their consistency. If I'm not there, the consistency and everything drops off. So that just makes me, kind of skeptical because I'm not gonna lie, the last few games in Burma been playing like shit. Um, sorry my language. He been playing horrible. Even though he got that goal the last game, that entire game he was off the pace. He was not his usual self. So I don't know what's going to happen this game because this is their last game before they go to AFCON.
Well, I think don't you think that's a little bit to do with him feeling the burden of expectations, like even mental fatigue a little, because he hasn't been substituted in one game this season. He's played every 90
No,
minutes.
I'm not slating him. I'm not saying anything now. I'm just saying like this is something he has to work through. But the last few games he's been not anywhere close to where he was the
No,
first
I
time.
agree with you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of why that is, right? And my perspective on it is that he's feeling what Bruno's been feeling for 6 years in this team, right? Because you know how Bruno's been the top dog, and he still gets through it, and so Mbumo's now feeling what Bruno feels like. So I think he has more respect for Bruno since his form has kind of tailed off a little bit, right? Because it's not even that his finishing has been bad or something, or his dribbling has been bad. It's like the first touch.
His
It's
first
the
touch,
it's the
decision
pass
making a little
slightly
bit.
being behind. Yeah, the
Yeah,
decision making. He just looks a little sluggish,
little
right? As
something.
if he's had a late night the night before.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's actually just more to do with like the legs start getting heavier when the expectations pile up, right? That's what happens. And that's the thing I want people to realize. I actually think Mbumo is doing well considering how much burden's put on him, because we haven't had Sheshko, right? Cunha is actually the one who's playing like shit. Let's
No,
be
yes.
honest, right? Cunha is
Because
the one that's, yeah,
the thing about
go
it
for it.
is, it's funny when you say that, right? Because visually, the last game, Cunha kind of played better. He didn't give up the ball as much, I don't think. I'm hoping I'm not talking nonsense. He didn't give up the ball as much, and he had a goal cleared off the line. Like
Yeah, yeah. No, but
those.
it's well, there was also another against West Ham as well. There was a chance that he hit against a defender that was pretty close to the goal. I hear you, but it's not just about not having the poor touches. It's also about doing something, taking control of the game, because he has the quality to freaking score 3 goals in a game and just win us the game by himself. It doesn't matter if Casemiro's having a bad game. Doesn't matter if Bruno's having a bad game. Cunha is good enough. We
No,
we
he
purchased
definitely
him
is.
to be second or third out of our top 3 best players in the team. In fact, when he came in, people thought he was going to be better than Mbumo, right? But Mbumo's turned out to be our best player, and I would still say now Bruno is our best player, Mbumo second, and then Cunha third, right? But it's between those three guys on any given week to like kind of win us the game. And so far, Cunha is the one that hasn't lived up to his side of the bargain. Is just my honest opinion. And it's like it's the most frustrating thing too, because I'll watch him play the games. I'm like, bro, just release the ball. Just pass it. Please. Just pass it. He does the hard work of attracting like 3-4 players towards him and then just doesn't release the ball. And I'm like, what was the point of getting those guys to come out of position to press you if you can't release it into the space that those guys just vacated?
Came out of.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's the thing that frustrates me, because it seems a lot like I don't even want to, sully Cunha's name by putting him in the same bracket. But, Rashford used to do this a bit where he would just run into players, right? And Cunha is not doing that in the same way. He's doing it more like Pogba used to do it, where Pogba would attract 3-4 players towards him and then sometimes fail to release the ball, right? He was almost like wanting to feel like a bunch of players around him to feel like, yeah, I can do something and then release the ball. So I think he will come good. I don't have my doubts in terms of Cunha. He got an assist against Wolves, so that's good. It's not nothing.
Yeah,
But I just see him, even the assist that he got, that was like
it was
one of the worst
behind
Premier League
Bruno.
goals. It's one of the worst Premier League
Bruno
goals
was
I've
on the
ever seen.
floor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
But
yeah, we just
I think as far as the Kuna thing too, I think him not holding down the position, like him sharing with Mount, that kind of like affects his form too. Because when he was at Wolves, like he was number one, and you can see now, like he's gone, and it's crazy how bad that Wolves are without Cunha, because they beat us last year. So I just
well,
think
so
he just needs a run of games, like just to get his form up. If he gets that, then I think he'd be all right. But you're right,
well,
though.
so to be fair, Cunha being out of the team is his own doing. Like in the Sunderland game, he dropped Cunha for Mount and we won that game 2-0. And then Cunha came off the bench in the 68th or 70th minute or something. And you literally saw Ruben Amorim on the sidelines yelling at Cunha to do his defensive work, right? Like
Hmm.
Ruben
Yeah, I
Amorim
remember that.
wants
He said that in the
Cunha
press
to come good.
conference too. He said it
Yeah.
in the press conference
Yeah.
too.
Exactly. He wants Cunha to come good. He's given him every opportunity possible. And even when he doesn't play in the left 10, whenever he's fit, he starts as a striker. Like he
Yeah,
has chosen Cunha over Sheshko in some games just because he
yeah,
knows
but
that this is my
yeah,
guy.
yeah, yeah. I get what you mean. Like, but that false nine is not. When I say a run of games, he need a run of games in that left 10. But it's going to be hard because, yes, you said when that game that he didn't start, didn't Mount score that game?
He did.
Exactly. So if Mount is playing in that left hand, he scored. It's hard for you to get your spot back. So the spot that you're going to get is going to be that striker position, which is not your best position, but you can play there.
Yeah. I for me, it's just my point is I think Mount giving him this competition is actually what he needs to improve his game, right? Because if you look at Mbumo, what did we just start this conversation with? We said Mbumo is having poor touches. He's looking a little sluggish, right? I don't think Mbumo's the type of guy to let his standards go just because he doesn't have competition. But I'm sure he will be even better if we had somebody at his heels wanting to come play in that right 10 spot as well, right? So for me, I just think with Cunha, we have to be patient. We have no other option, right? Because our squad is already bare bones. And I just think eventually he will come good. And I just kind of, fingers crossed, hopefully it happens. But Shaylin, how you doing, man?
I agree with you 100%.
I'm doing good. And I just want to say, dude, I love this Brooklyn energy, like this coming
I get
in.
really like excited talking about my team, man. Like, and it's like I don't get to have these conversations too often because like literally I'm literally like the only I'm the only soccer fan in my whole neighborhood. But
Same, man.
actually, originally I'm from Barbados though, so I did move to America. But
Yeah.
like I'm literally like the only soccer fan.
So are you a cricket fan as well?
A little bit.
Right, right.
I was
You were
always
forced to watch it
a
growing
soccer
up.
fan.
Wait, when did you move to New York from
Uh,
Barbados?
2002.
So you grew up with like the good West Indian teams and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Currently
Okay.
Ambrose, currently Walsh.
Yeah. Some
Sips,
crazy.
Ramlaresh Sarang. What is Ramlaresh?
Sarwan,
Sarwan, sorry.
and then Shivnarine Chanderpaul.
Shandapol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Those were the good old days.
the OGs are like Viv Richards and all that. I don't know if that's like before your time.
That was a little before me.
Yeah. But
You should really start
anyways,
cricket with an edge, I think. Maybe
cricket with an
something
edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what the problem is though? Like I just live in a horrible time zone for the cricket stuff. It's like, at least with football, it's kind of played in Europe, right? So I'm like 5 hours ahead, and it still kind of works out. Like if there's a game going on in Australia, in India, or somewhere else, only the West Indies or American games are like good time slot for me, because it's like a whole day, and takes forever. But hey, we have the Discord server for the cricket chat. But by the way, whoever's watching right now, please go to join the Discord, man. We have some amazing conversation on Discord every day. I feel like I learn so much myself, like all the time. And there's somebody typing right now saying this is for the non-football chat and cricket chat.
Okay, baby.
But anyways, Shaylin, how we feeling about top 4, man?
I'm fairly positive, but I don't think it's like a reality. Do I think like we get top 5? Maybe. I think we're in with a shout. But
Shailen, what's the difference between 5 and 4? It's like 3 points. It's like 2 points, right?
That's exactly it. I don't think we have it in us to be able to be
But okay, yes, okay, but when you say that, who is around us, who is in and around us that's better or more consistent?
It's not about who's in and around us that would be better. We've shown that we can beat any team in the league. I think it's going to be more about, can we actually start getting to places where we build some small momentum, where we string a few results together that are like meaningful. So if you look at the last 5 games, getting 11 points, and then we're looking at this current crop of 5 games, if we win, we get 10. Like, this is what I mean by like this type of like momentum. If we can take 5 games at a time and still showcase that we're averaging around to 2 points a game, even in tougher parts of the season when we may not necessarily have everybody that we need because of AFCON, or even because of injuries in the later parts of the season, that's probably where we'll get. The real test is going to be AFCON, is like kind of like this beginning point. But I'm also thinking beyond AFCON, of when we're asking other players to pick up certain loads that they're not necessarily used to, at least at this current point in time. What is the physical impact of it?
Okay, all right. Just a quick question. You said after AFCON, the physical loads. We really don't have anything other than the FA Cup.
No, that's right. And
but there's fixture congestion though. There is fixture congestion for the holiday period.
Right.
You said during AFCON or after AFCON?
After. I think I got the hint of his question, and we might have DC'd, but I think post AFCON is really where, and that's my biggest concern. I don't know if we, when everyone's not playing, the only players that are fit are the ones that are regularly playing.
Yeah, guys. Rishi says we have 125 live, but only 55 likes. If we get to 125 likes in 15 minutes, he's going to gift memberships. Let's go. But Shaylin, so I just did some math, right? If we get to 16 games, which is basically if we win against Bournemouth, we're going to be on 28 points. That is an average of 1.75 points so far. If I extrapolate that to 38 games, we will have 66.5 points in the season. I know this sounds like big brain, like the meme of like the numbers floating around. But yeah, so 66.5 points will be enough for us to get top 4.
Yeah, this is where I think I had that litmus test in my mind at the very beginning of the season, where I told some of my friends, is if Amorim is not able to get, like 1.5 to 1.75 points per game, then I don't think he's going to be here at the end of the season. And right now he's tracking towards that, because we'll probably have a little bit of an easier time getting to, I'll say, the end of the league with being able to meet that top 4. It's we're definitely leveraging the fact that we are at this point where it's like, okay, hey, it's almost 1 game a week. Right now there's some congestion, so it seems a little bit more than 1 game a week at times. But this is where post AFCON, you have maybe some injuries that have racked up, and right now we're benefiting from the fact that we have the least amount of injuries in the league.
Yeah.
Will that continue? Right? Do I have that much faith in our physiotherapy team? Not necessarily because of historical precedents. Have they made improvements? For sure.
But to be
if that
fair,
continues,
like it's not just the physiotherapy team. It's also how Amorim is managing some of our players. Because you see, Xerxes played 2 games in a row, and then he went to the bench right away because maybe there were some injury concerns with him. I think he was the one that got the knock, right, and that's why he didn't play the 3rd game. And then we're looking at what's his name, Mount as well. Mount's minutes have been very nicely managed. And this was the point I was trying to make about Mount in the first place, which is that given that we can wrap him in cotton wool or whatever the saying is, he is such an important player for us in terms of what he brings to the table, right? We have Abhishek here as well. Abhishek, how you doing, man?
Doing absolutely fine. How are you guys?
Very well, very well. Nice to see you. How's everything going?
Going good, going good. Nice weekend. Saturday went well. Just saw the stream is live. I was hanging out in the chat for a while.
Yeah.
And,
what's the weather like in Dubai right now?
It's pretty nice.
Are you in Dubai? Where are you?
I'm not exactly in Dubai. I'm in Ras Al Khaimah.
Right, you told me that. Yeah.
Northernmost emirate.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's isn't that also the emirate that people don't like the rulers of?
Not sure about it, but yeah. Like,
do you like the rulers of that emirate?
Like, I don't have any personal opinion
he's
about
obliged
it.
to say yes.
Okay.
They're gonna check his social media and kick him out.
I don't have any personal opinion based on that. I just care about my work, and that's all.
Yeah. Don't worry, nobody's gonna send a report you to them. We only know your first name. I'm sure there's a lot of Abhisheks in Ras Al Khaimah.
Not in Ras Al Khaimah.
Okay. Yeah, Rishi says don't get him deported. He says Ras Al Khaimah is where they make tiles. Is that correct?
Yes, Rack Ceramics.
Nice.
Ceramics is the biggest company. It exports a lot to India. You must have heard this name in India.
Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
I haven't lived in India for such a long time though, but Rishi will say that. Rishi should hop on. I want to see something. Okay. I think Rishi was having some back pain, so I think he's just relaxing a little bit. Let's just hope Ahmad and Mbumo score a hat-trick each in their first match in AFCON, but they draw, and after they lose or go out in the group stage. What? This is some sick, twisted fantasy you have here, man. Cyberman. I think 1 or 2 of Anderson, Wharton, Baleba, and another center midfield left back, and an experienced striker at least, but some have to come in January. Yeah, listen, guys. Is anyone else just getting sick of talking about Baleba, Wharton, and Anderson? I just feel like we've talked about them so much that I would rather just go get completely different midfielders now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think
I just feel like
they're January signings at all, though. Like those 3 are not. They're not January signings.
Yeah.
No, they're not. But even for the summer, I'm just like, the story has started. The excitement went up, then it kind of tailed off, and now it's on the way down. That's my point. You know what I'm saying? This is like if there was like a girl or a guy that you're trying to convince to date you, and you've been telling them for a year, yo, I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna take you out. It's like, bro, come on. Are you gonna take me out, or what are we doing? Right?
All talk.
Yeah, exactly. Nico says unbelievable. Nice. They've been jinxed. Yeah, absolutely. Baleba's been dropping stinkers. Maybe he has some sort of arrangement with Wilcox being like, we'll come get you for 20 million. And that'll look like we're overpaying. But we're not getting any of those in January. I agree. We should get that German guy with the nose in. Okay, you mean Stila. He will unlock Menu. Come on, man. You how is a guy who can't do any defending going to unlock another dude who can't do any defending?
It's because they just don't defend. Like both of them
Yeah.
will simultaneously not defend. That's it. That's how
Yeah,
they get
right.
unlocked. Yeah.
You just confuse the opposition into
Exactly.
being like, "Yo, these guys have no chance," and then we'll just win.
Yeah,
like it.
exactly. And then maybe
Uh,
they gaslight each other to think, oh well, I know this guy's not good to it, so maybe I should put in a shift.
Yeah.
And then the other
The
guy is like, oh, this guy's
the only reason to bring Stila in is to look is to make Mainu look better in the midfield, because I think Mainu's actually better than Stila defensively, right? And he's got a bit more physicality about him. We're getting Wharton in January. Anderson will go to Liverpool. Baleba will stay at Brighton. Why would we get Wharton in January? Hello? I'm pretty sure Glasner would just quit on the spot. Rishi
no, that's why
says,
we're getting him. Ayush is suggesting we're sacking Amorim in January, getting Glasner.
oh, okay.
And Glasner is convincing,
Wharton to join.
Yeah, that's the only it's the only way it works, right?
Yeah. I think that might be crazier than the Steeler talk about unlocking Mainu. Exactly, bro. I've been saying that. I don't know how you come up with that. Baleba could be possible in January. Brighton getting used to him not playing, subbing him every game. It hasn't always been about form, as he's been better but still subbed. Would you guys sacrifice the FA Cup to make it to top 4? What do you mean, like melt the trophy? Like, what are we talking about?
Getting kicked out early. Nope.
Yeah, no, I got that, Abhishek. I was trying to make a bad joke, and looks like it was really bad. But yeah, so I don't know why are we getting kicked out of the FA Cup, man? Come on, we need more games. And listen, we're playing Brighton anyway, so there's every chance that we just lose to them fair and square.
Should we get Abhishek's thoughts on the top 4 thing, or?
Yeah, let's do it.
What do you think, man?
I think like we are being optimistic if we are thinking about top 4 still. Like it's like I on the poll I said yes because I am optimistic. I'm more of a optimistic fan. So I would say yes. But yeah, if you take
who is Hot Take Saturday? Who is this?
I hope it's Nelson.
Oh, it's Ayush. I was so confused. I was like, it could be Sean, it could be Nelson.
No, man. It's me.
Ayush, are you living in a photo studio now?
What?
Is that where you live? The background.
No, background. This is my room back home, so it's like the entire wall's dark purple, and this particular wall is purple.
Okay. So you're related to Willy Wonka. That's what you're talking about.
I don't know. that's like great grandparents level history that I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah,
how you do, man? How's life in India?
It's boring right now, man. Like I've just come back home, have to go through all the job search bullshit right now, trying to get things back on track. Having lived outside the country for 3 years, I felt that it would be a little more jarring coming back, but it's not. That's good. But everything else.
You can now have a maid come do your chores. You get cheaper food, right? There's some benefits.
I'm at home right now, so I don't even have to cook.
Yeah,
I don't have to think about anything.
Yeah,
everything is just planned out, and like I do what I want to do since the moment I get up in the morning, everything is me.
Man's living life, so he needs these controversial takes to be able to give him sense.
No, but I think it's like top 4. Getting top 4 is also a hot take. Whether it comes true or not, that's another thing. But right now, I would
somebody's saying you should go see Messi.
Have you guys heard what happened at his event today?
Overcrowding, right?
Yesterday, I think so. Guys have people have paid 12,000 rupees. That's about $100 £100.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's serious money. Like for just not even for a match. If you're paying that kind of money, that's really very high. and apparently he came into the venue for about 10 minutes. He was surrounded by all politicians and stars, like movie stars. The general public, they didn't even get to see him, and then he left. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And I think the latest update is that the organizer has been arrested, and they're trying to see what's happening. I just saw a reel that the police commissioner, he was updating that, yeah, this guy has been arrested.
Oh my God. Yeah,
So
because
he's
there
gone
was what is it?
completely pissed
Shah
off.
Rukh Khan was there trying to meet him and his
I have
son,
no
trying to
idea.
meet Messi or whatever. I can't. First of all, when I see
I
these
can't give
reels,
too
I
much
can't even identify
about
what's real, what's AI generated. You know, so I was like, oh sure, Messi's in India. You know what I mean?
No,
Uh,
there are credible news channels which are reporting that, yeah, this thing happened. So
yeah,
I'm gonna believe that, but beyond that, I'm not listening to anything else. And
yeah,
it's really not like being a Man United and Ronaldo fan. I don't really care about
yeah.
Messi.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So what do we think about top four then?
Okay, so the first
Actually, let
hot
me
take,
let me ask you a slightly different question, Ayush, because I
yeah.
think maybe the point of the show has been a little bit missed with the title. I'm
Mm.
asking more about, do we actually feel like the underlying stats are saying? Do we feel like the third best team in the league? Because
Yeah,
that's
that's
what the underlying stats say right now. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
so what you're saying is, even though the stats say it, does it
Yeah.
look like we are going to get there or not? And
No, no, no.
I
Not whether we're gonna get there, whether we feel like we are currently the third
okay.
best team in the league.
Currently, whether we are there or not. See, I wouldn't say that that emotion exists within me. At least I don't think we're the third best team in the league right now, and I would also say that I don't think that we're gonna get top four. It's gonna be a really tough grind to get top four with the way that we have been playing. Even in the last 9 games where we have had only one loss, I don't see top four quality there.
So let me ask you, what is the lowest league position that you think we get?
I think sixth is a realistic achievement. Right?
So if
I
all
would
these
be
things are
disappointed.
separated by
I would
like
be
3-4.
disappointed if we went below sixth, and I don't think we'll finish below eighth. Very rare chances that we'll finish below eighth, but equally rare that we'll get into the top four. There is a certain sense of uh, I would say there's a certain lack of confidence, lack of self-belief in the team, in their own abilities, and that could very well change in the next like 10 games. If we continue this run of form, even
Yeah.
if we are not playing well, we will gain that confidence that we can scrape through games. And that's what's more important right now. Building that confidence, ensuring that even if the noise is horrific, we at least keep getting draws or like narrow wins, because that gives the confidence to the team that even if we are not at 100%, we have the ability to graft through games. And I think that's very important. And
Yeah.
that's what builds the baseline confidence, and from there we can then build up to like getting that level of fluidity in the team that takes us to top four.
You know, I think I can to make it a more focused point about how we can get top four. If for me, if we manage to do well during this AFCON stretch, we're getting top four. It's as simple as that. In this 6 game stretch,
Could be.
if we can like let's say get 3 wins,
Yeah.
right? 3 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. I would accept that. 10 points from these next 6 games is, I think, us doing very well. Because
The,
we are playing City and Villa, but knowing this team, those are the games we win, and then we lose against some of the more beatable teams, right? Because we are
but
playing
before City, we
Newcastle
are
and some
also
of the other teams.
playing Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley 3 games.
Yeah, yeah. So and those
First
and
week
those
of
three
the
games
league.
we're bound to lose one of them based on how the form has been this season,
I
right?
think
And let's not
we
forget,
might
guys,
lose.
I'm the guy that predicted 7 points from this 5 game stretch, right? and if we beat Bournemouth, we'll be 3 points higher than what I predicted. So
Yeah.
um Yeah. Anyways, Ryan, how you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. And you?
I am well, thanks. Where are you calling from? Is this your first time?
It is my first time. Can you hear me okay, just to check?
Yes, it's perfect.
Okay, good. And apologies for the no camera. I'm currently in the middle of a house move, so webcam's packed away. No chance. I'm calling from
problem.
Manchester, actually.
Oh, let's go.
Well, I say Manchester. It's Greater Manchester, little town nearby called Stockport, which is actually known for its high density of City fans.
Been there.
But
Nice.
it is absolute nonsense.
Wait,
I
so
know.
Stockport's population is like 500 or so? Like how
no,
big is
it's a pretty big town. I actually
You-
don't know the population.
no,
Let's
you,
have a look.
no, I meant that there's not a lot of City fans. That's
Oh,
what
I see.
Yeah.
Sorry, completely went over my head, that one.
It's called Empty Hat for a reason, mate.
Well, the thing is, people say it's known for City fans because most City fans come from there, but that does not mean that there are more City fans than United fans. Growing up, I had, for every 10 people I knew, 8 would be United fans and 1 would be a City fan, or 1 or 2. So yeah, it doesn't actually work out that way.
Got
it's
it.
also where
Got
Phil
Stockport
Foden's
is
from.
when I used to get off from the train when I visited my cousins there.
Yeah, I mean,
That's-
the United team actually takes trains from
Yeah.
Stockport train station every now and then. They get pictured there. Amorim was
Yeah.
there at one point, pictured joking with Wilcox.
And then we
Oh
lost
yeah.
Yeah, it was memed a lot because we were in a bad patch at the time, and people were putting were saying that Amorim was saying, "I don't know what I'm doing in this job," and Wilcox was saying, "Yeah, me either." That was what the memes were. But yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, well, go on. Tell us, how long have you been a United fan for?
Oh, literally my whole life. So, fun story. When I was born, my dad actually had me on the Manchester United supporters list from being about an hour old.
Oh.
Wow.
My mum made me a scrapbook for my 18th birthday, and it's literally in there, like a junior membership to the Manchester United supporters club from being literally hours old. My dad was
Wow.
actually at a United game while my mum was in labour and had to rush
Priorities.
rush back to the
Absolutely
hospital.
priorities.
I can't remember which game it was, but he always says he wouldn't mind. It was either a really good or really bad game. I can never remember which.
Yeah.
Were
Well,
we
I
good
think
by then?
your
So did
your dad
like, have
is
to
who
make a
we
tough
all
choice?
think your dad is who we all think we would be when we have kids, right?
Yeah.
You know, like sign him up right away, like the first minute that he's born, get him his first kit. Not even the towel, you know, once they're born, just give him the United kit to wrap him up in.
No, yeah,
That's
literally.
hilarious,
There was
man.
no chance I was ever going to be anything other than a United fan.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
chance.
You're either a United fan or not his
Young
son.
parents in the stream
Yeah,
take
exactly,
notes.
exactly.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Okay, go on. Tell us about your thoughts on the team, thoughts on Amorim, or whatever you'd like to talk about.
So I'm probably one of the biggest Amorim inners that you'll ever meet. I wanted him from the second that Ten Hag was sacked. Whenever there was like the odds list, I was going for everyone. I was like, I don't want him, want him. And I didn't want anyone other than Amorim. I have always thought that he is, the way I see his style of play, I know it's controversial amongst United fans, but I think that is where football is going, and we are getting ahead of it rather than it's a relic of the past and we're trying to catch up. Like I've always said, you don't beat a style of play by copying them. You don't beat Pep by trying to out Pep. You're not going to do it. He is better than you at the style of football. That's why he's made it famous. I think our team is very, I don't know how to put it. It's hard to judge. I think we've got great players, but I don't think we've got a great team. So like Bruno, I think Bruno is one of the most underrated players on the planet, which sounds crazy with how good he is. I think Mbumo's really good. I think Cunha is good. I think he's got the potential to be better than he is at the minute. He's playing well up until the final third, I feel like, and then he's overdoing it. He's trying to do too much.
Yeah.
I personally think that our biggest weakness is our 3 centre backs. I think it's crazy that we're in a position where we consistently have to play fullbacks and like children essentially in our centre back roles. Yoro's still a child in my eyes. Heaven's still a child. Then we've got Shaw playing there. We've got Mazraoui
But you know
playing
what the
there.
crazy thing is, Ryan? The children are our two best center backs. You know,
See,
because
I do disagree. Unfortunately,
I'll explain myself in the sense that they don't have the composure yet. They don't have the experience yet, right? And that's a given, and that makes a big difference. I'm not dismissing those things. My point is what they give us in terms of profile for Amorim's system, fit within the Amorim system. Those guys are the right types of center backs because even I don't know if you saw my Aiden Heaven video. Him deciding to pass forward at every opportunity that he got made us look so much better. Even the first half against West Ham, like people get lost in the results, and even though we drew, people think we lost that game because that's how desperately we wanted to win it. We're in that game, we progressed the ball so much through the middle, and big part of it was Aiden Heaven in the first half. Big part of it was Euro in the second half, right? Because De Ligt and Maguire refused to pass the ball forward, right? Their progressive passing numbers are horrendous. So I think I would like you to expand on why the center backs are kind of the whole back line is our weakness. Because when I look at the team, I see the right center mid and the left wing back being bigger weaknesses. I'm not saying the center back couldn't be improved, but that's what I think. So what are your thoughts on that?
yeah. So essentially, it's more that I think the ceiling of our defense is very high, and I think the floor is very low. So Yoro is a player that I personally think is overrated in how he is currently. So to make that clear, I think his potential is really high. His physicality, his speed, it's at the point where I always say he's like a young Rio Ferdinand. But I think he has this ability to switch off defensively at key moments, in particular set pieces, that can cause goals in moments. And I always say, as a centre back, you have to be perfect the whole game. It's not about what you do well; it's about what you do badly. And then again, I think when you look across our team, and in particular our defense, we have such a small team, which is such a massive weakness in the Premier League as it is at the moment. Like Luke Shaw, don't get me wrong, I think he has been a great player for most games, but he is not a centre back by profile. And there are moments where that gets exploited.
Yeah.
I think Yoro is just, I don't know how to put it because it feels like I'm hating on the guy, but I don't.
No, you're not. I've said this. I was
strong.
here. Would you? Okay, I have a question for you. Do you think Heaven has shown us a bit more than Euro so far?
I think Heaven is a better player currently. I think Euro has a higher ceiling.
Yeah, I think that's
Euro.
fair.
Heaven's build is so much more Premier League ready. Like you look at him and you see a man in a child in a man's body, which is not what I see with Euro yet. He's very gangly. And yeah, I personally, I mean, I loved Heaven's progressive passing as well. I actually thought Fredrickson, when he played last season, he did the same sort of thing where he was playing line, splitting passes, and I was like, where's this coming from? But I think Fredrickson, unfortunately, I don't think he has the defensive ability to make it in the United squad long term. But yeah, it's more that I see the weakness in the defense as just the amount of individual errors that we can make. Especially with us playing, obviously, Ahmad right wing back, who, again, great player, especially going forward, but he just doesn't have that defensive instinct sometimes to identify where he needs to be. I mean, we saw it with the goal in the last game. He switched off, and then you see him start sprinting back once he realizes, oh no, that's where I'm supposed to be, and then the ball goes across and they score. But yeah, I just feel like they need another veteran. De Ligt's good, don't get me wrong, but even he is not that old. People think that he's like
no, he's
30
26.
for some reason. He's like 25, 26. And he's missed
yeah.
quite a lot with injury as well. So he's almost got, I mean, he's got a lot of experience. He started so young at Ajax, but also he's not had as much experience when he was at like Bayern and stuff as people think he did. But yeah, I just feel like we need that one player who's a veteran but also a ball player, because like you say, De Ligt is not a ball player.
Yeah.
just one of them. I just really think at least one centre back.
So first of all, Ryan, I think when I'm making my videos, I feel like you're the person I'm making them for in a way, because you're saying everything I've already said on the channel and in my videos. So I appreciate that, because we have the same take on Heaven and Euro. Better now, ceiling higher on Euro. And again, I think time will tell if the ceiling can catch up with Heaven as well, because I'm not saying he can't be as good. We just haven't seen as much of Heaven as we have seen of Euro, right? And I think I even made this point before that if we had purchased Heaven for as much as we paid for Euro, like if you swapped them around in terms of how much we paid for them, then Heaven would have been playing more in this team, right?
Well, yeah, 100%. I think value changes perception so much.
Yeah, and also the club's willingness to get more out of their asset, right? When they're paying 50 million for someone and they're paying like 135,000 wages or whatever he's getting, you have to try to put in more effort to try to get the best of him. But I will say this: all the points you've made are valid. I just think there are bigger problems in the midfield over the defense. Based on the legs of Casemiro specifically, and not even in the sense that Casemiro, if we got somebody in January, he just goes straight to the bench. No, I mean, we need somebody who's the squad player that can come in over Casemiro when we need him to play. Only 60 minutes, right? Because he has like 60 minutes of gas, and sometimes with our left wing back or Cunha or somebody else just having a bad game, he has to exhaust all his fuel within the first 50 minutes, and then we have a position where we're essentially playing with one midfielder, and then Bruno has to overexert himself, so he runs out of gas at the 80th minute. So I think if we just got somebody to play the last 30 minutes in every game, we would be great.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, I think one thing I will say is I think we have a lot of midfielders. We just don't necessarily have enough midfielders that are good enough. Whereas in defense, I feel like we have some defenders who are good enough, but we don't have enough in general. Especially with obviously Martinez is kind of susceptible to injury. I'm touch wood. I'm really hoping he does not get injured again.
So is Luke Shaw, so is Delict, so is Maguire. So I hear you. You're making good points. I don't disagree with you. I still just slightly I would put the midfield over the center back. But honestly, great points, Ryan. Let's just say hi to Landre and to Nelson as well, and also Rishi. Nelson, how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Just came back from shoveling, so I'm sweating.
Oh, yeah? Is there anything Ryan has said that's scandalous?
Oh my days, there's so much, but I want you to introduce everyone first before I start hogging the mic.
All right, let's go. Landre.
Yo, what's up, guys? What's up? Just came back from the worst pickup soccer game of my life, so I'm ready to slander somebody. I'm ready to go at someone. But I actually was gonna make some of the points Ryan was making and go back to that West Ham game and talk about how Aiden Heaven played in that game. I was also going to talk about Amorim's subs and the perception around it and what I think he's trying to do when he's subbing people on, but what it looks like. I was going to talk about that, but I think I'm talking too out of turn already because you got to reply to Ryan. I think Nelson wanted to reply to Ryan. And I also, Nelson, I'm coming for you, man. Remember when we were talking about Magasa and you said Magasa is another Agardi? I have some points for that too. So yeah, you're gonna be spicy.
You might have a 2v1 situation there because I think I'm on Nelson's side. But,
I think Rich is on my side too. Yeah.
Yeah, Rishi.
3v1.
Yeah. Rishi, how you doing, bro?
Kind of reeling from a bit of back pain from carrying this Mount agenda by myself. So yeah, that's the reason the camera's off. Otherwise, I'm always happy to see Nelson. And good chat so far. I think it's an important question. I don't think anyone has wholeheartedly said that we are definitely getting into the top 4, because let's face it, dude. The only way we fight for the top 4 or any team fights for the top 4 these days in the Premier League is by having a complete squad, right? We do not have a complete squad, no matter who you think the manager should be or who you think or what kind of football you think we should be playing. We have a disjointed squad. We have a Frankenstein squad, right? So I would say the only way this question is answered affirmatively, whether we get into the top 4, is when we get at least 5 more players, right? I think in the middle of the 3-4-2-1, that is the left wing back, the two midfielders, and the right wing back. We need top quality players in each of those positions. And we also need a versatile forward who can fill in one of those three attacking positions. And if you're being that picky, we also need a backup goalie, dude, because we are one pulled Senna Loman's hamstring away from, disaster.
One binder.
Yeah, yeah, one broken toe, one stubbed toe, one burnt finger from trying to make coffee, that sort of a mishap. Because that's the first thing. Number one is the squad. The second thing I believe is that to get into top four, right, you need to have positive results in both the home and away games against your Crystal Palaces, against your Bournemouths, against your Newcastles, against your Aston Villas, because these are the teams that are competing for that fourth and fifth spot. We've
Yeah.
done that
So the
against
6-pointer games.
yeah, exactly. Those are 6-pointer games. And when I say positive result home and away, I don't mean we win all 8 games. I mean we either win or draw 8 games, and at worst we lose one or two of those 8 games, and then we win the rest. Like basically, we need to get 18 points at least out of those 24 points, right? That's the way you can guarantee a top four spot. So we've passed that test against Palace. We have Bournemouth coming up next. We have then we have Villa and Newcastle immediately. So I actually want to see how we do in those 2 games to have a more confident outlook on how the season is going to go, right? And then, of
Yeah.
course, immediately within 1 game, we have the 19 game sort of milestone, right? Which is half the season is done. So I personally, Andy, you and I have also discussed the 21 game milestone, right? Just before the FA Cup fixture. And
Yeah.
that kind of takes us into the next half, like the way we break up the season into 11 games and 10 games.
Yeah.
So the busy Christmas fixtures would be done, and we would be waiting for the FA Cup draw to see how that goes and whether we are going to be involved in that cup competition. So
Yeah.
19th game and 21st game, these are the two I would say milestones to
Yeah.
decide how well we are doing, and then decide whether we are a good fit, like we are going to compete for the fourth position.
Yeah. Guys, I think getting sidelined by injury has brought Rishi some of his wisdom back. Because he's making some good points. Because if you actually look at it, our next 3 games are against quote unquote top 4, top 6 teams, right? We're playing Bournemouth, we're playing Villa, we're playing Newcastle, and interestingly enough, the 3 games immediately after that, which would be our I think 20th, 21st, and 22nd game, are against Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley, who might be the 3 worst teams in the league, right? Not Leeds anymore, but you know what I'm saying. Like they're, let's say, easier teams to play against. So this 6-game run will actually tell us a lot about how we're going to finish by the end of the season. But, before we get too distracted, I want to get back to Nelson and what he has to say about Ryan's takes.
No, Ryan said some rather interesting things here that I think you guys have just smoothed it over. He said the way Amorim plays was the reason why he was his number one target. And I think people are conflating 2 things. The reason why a lot of people are playing 3 at the back is because of IFAB's change in Law 16. I don't know if you guys, that's a goal kick. And they basically stated that now you can put defenders into your penalty box, or any player you want, an outfield player in the box, and the goalkeeper can pass to an outfield player in the penalty box. And how some of the top coaches have done is they're playing 3 defenders because they want to open up space. That's what Amorim does. But other coaches like Luis Enrique, like De Zerbi, my preferred choice, they see it completely differently. And I think when you're saying that Amorim's an interesting guy, like his tactics are like the future, I think it's just a different way of interpreting how the future is going to look, as opposed to how other top coaches are. Because if you look at all the good teams right now, and I know you guys are going to hear me saying this because I've been backing this the whole time, 4-3-3 and 4-2-3-1 are the ones that are dominating in Europe across the board. So I was actually interested if Brian can explain what exactly he saw from Sporting. I don't watch the Portuguese league. It's one of the leagues I don't watch. We don't have any subscription here for the Portuguese league. So what exactly did you see from Amorim that made you believe he was going to be the best coach?
Yeah, so to clarify one thing, the fact that the other formations are dominating now is part of what I mean when I say I think Amorim's style is the future. I don't think that everyone's suddenly going to start playing it now. I think that once he gets the players in that he needs, it's going to start to change. I mean, in general, the way I see football is that football is about space primarily. It's all about creating space, space and overload, the two big things. And the way that Amorim wants us to play, the wing backs mean that you have a positional overload in defence and an overload in attack, which is essentially the job of every single formation. And the biggest thing is I see the 4-2-3-1 as having one luxury player in it, which is the central 10. And I see the 4-3-3 as having two luxury players in it, which are the two wingers. And I don't think that the future of football is going to have room for luxury players or passengers. I think that it's getting way too physical, way too fast for the team to play with almost 10.5 players on defence. I think that cheating is going as well. I say cheating. I mean cheating as in a player like Messi, who Pep famously said, "Don't come back and help on defense." I think it's going to be tough for those players to play that way in the future. Just sports science is just getting way too good. The players are so.
If I may also add to what Ryan just said, Nelson, before we get your reaction to it. It's not just about the formation, it's also about his philosophy, right? That's when we say system. Yes. It's not just formation. It's his philosophy of collective responsibility that means we can't have any passengers. And I think, Nelson, you've alluded this to yourself in the past, which is you think we need the perfect players to play the system. And we can't have a player like a Mo Salah who's just a maverick in one side and not doing the other side. Or even, prime Ronaldo, like 2007-8 Ronaldo. He wasn't tracking back. We had other players doing his job. This system doesn't allow for things like that, which is arguably why Kobbie Mainoo doesn't play, right? Which is arguably why some other maverick players like Rashford, Garnacho, these guys weren't good enough. Whereas in the 4-2-3-1 that Ten Hag played, both of those guys, both are inside forwards, wouldn't track back. The 7-0 game, if you have the balls to go watch it back, both Antony and Rashford on either side were not tracking back that game. Now, whether that's Ten Hag doing suicide ball like his, like Klopp's successor Arne Slot is doing now, that's a different question, right? But I think it's about the formation giving some benefits, but also the system in general designed to be more collective responsibility, forcing everybody to do the defensive work, the offensive work, allowing it's very total football for me, right? And that's why I like it, while it's not cheating in any way by saying we're not going to defend.
I was going to say the same thing before I even came on this podcast. I was going to talk about Amorim's formation and how it basically is total football. If Johan Cruyff saw what Amorim played, he would be fighting to get into Barcelona right now, in my opinion, because it is essentially total football. And also, it is a natural, I don't know if it's an evolution or a reaction to possession-based football, but this formation came as a result of teams trying to play possession football. That is why Amorim's teams, that's why United, for example, have done so well against teams that want to hold the ball this season, because it's a natural enemy of possession-based football, while also, if executed properly, is able to break down teams that want to sit back. So over time, we're just going to see teams move towards this sort of formation, even if it's not an exact 3-4-3. They might start on paper as a 4 whatever, but it'll change into a 3-4-3 in the middle of the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, let's get Nelson's reaction, then we'll go to Vinny, because Vinny's been waiting patiently there.
Yeah. I let's start from somewhere. I totally think this system can work. We've seen it work before. It's not like it's something new. That's a part that I disagree with. I think what Ryan is saying. I don't think this is a new system. I think the system has existed for a while, and we've seen it work. The problem I have, though, is in every single one of those systems that have worked, you see elite center backs, you see elite central midfielders, you see elite wing backs, you see the strikers don't need to be elite as long as the back six is elite. And my concern is, whenever we talk, and we've had this conversation with Rishi before, is I genuinely don't see elite centre backs that we can get. I know we've discussed Van Hecke. I don't think he's elite. I think he's a good guy. He'd be a good squad player. I don't think he's a guy that we should get to like move up. But I don't see the elite players coming in, because one of the reasons why I think it worked so well at Sporting is the level. I think the level in Sporting compared to the Premier League is a big deal. And to be fair, I think one of the reasons why there is a lot of Amir Mount, I think, is the fact that you can clearly see his learning as he goes, which for some people that's a negative. For some people, they see that as a good thing. But I see it as this, by the time he'll figure out the right team, I think we're going to have a real discussion of whether to have Amorim in or not. But that's how I see it. I don't really see this. I don't see the system as an issue, because I see people talk about system approach. That to me is just noise. I think it's a question of how well can you play with the players you have right now, and for me that conversation is still up in the air until the end of the season. If I think it was Abhishek who said, or but someone said, if we finish below 6, it was Ayush, sorry. If we finish below 6, that's an issue, and I agree. I think we should. Well, my argument still stays. I think we finish 7th or 8th, but if we do finish below 6, I think you have to review how you assess Amram. But if you look at the finish top 4, oh, he's overperforming in my view.
Yeah,
But
so
that's-
we're on the same page then, Nelson. Yeah.
Hey, one small opinion though, like trying to get the best out of the players. I think the last couple of managers have tried to do the thing, but there was no philosophy, there was no culture that was being set by those managers, and we then sort of circled back to the same thing again. Like we were probably, for example, in Ole's first season, we were second, but margin between us and City was still huge, right? There was still no philosophy that was being portrayed by our United team. We were mainly trying to uh, get the points, be in the race, uh, and still, I guess, like Ole or Ten Hag, everyone played with the kind of players we had. No one tried to inject any sort of philosophy. With Amarim, what I see is he's not just bringing in a formation. I completely agree with the fact that we don't have a squad for this kind of system or this kind of a formation, but it's not just about system. It's also about the culture that he's bringing in, and he's setting a stone. And I think Ineos is also trying to back him in order to set that stone. And they have made it clear that it is going to be a 3-year project, and I believe that it should be a minimum 3-year project. It's like starting your own business or being an entrepreneur, right? It takes 3 years is a sweet time which gives you real good analysis of how a person or how a system or how a culture has done, right? It's a good time period to judge a culture, in my opinion. So I think it's definitely, we are talking about the system, but it was more of a cultural problem, because we had Sancho's, we had Anthony's, we had Rashford, who was doing really great for the club. He was a legend for the club, and then he was also doing things that were not really great influence on other guys in the club, right? So I think he is also coming in with the backing of Ineos, obviously, with backing of Ratcliffe and Omar Berrada, to solve some cultural problems, and then
I think Abhishek, if I may,
yeah, sure.
if I look at Ineos's judgment of Amram, right? I think the sporting project in terms of the performances have gone below what they expected it to go. Not necessarily because Amram hasn't performed, but because 15th. I don't think they were expecting 15th in the league. I don't think they were expecting us to lose the Europa League final, right? Because they had positive expectations of what could happen, but I think they've been overly impressed by Amram the man, about how he's conducted himself, the culture he's brought into the club.
Correct.
Vinny, what are your thoughts on Amram the man, and how he has conducted himself, and how do you think Ineos is judging him in terms of how he's done so far?
Yes, I think so far he has conducted himself very well and acted professionally as well. If there is one thing that I actually like about Amorim, he showed more emotions, um, like we the fans. right? Most of the times, of course, I know it's their job that they need to be paid for, but then he's shown that he wants it more, right? He wants to win. He's one of us, right? So that's something that I really liked about Amorim. But Nelson, I wanted to ask you a question, right? Before I come back to what Andy asked, you made mention of the level of the system compared to the Portuguese league and the Premier League. Did you mean that you do not actually envision that this system can actually win the Premier League?
No, I think it can. With the right players, yes, it can. But not in the way we're playing it now. He would have to adjust it to what he initially wanted when he joined. Remember when he joined, he said he wanted the system to be more control possession. That's actually the first thing he said. He wanted more possession. He said our team constantly loses the ball. And this season, he adjusted and said, we're going to be a bit more pragmatic and be more of a counter-attacking kind of play, which is why we're playing more long balls as opposed to before when we're trying to play closer to the defenders.
But to be fair, Nelson, I haven't really seen the long ball since the Liverpool game.
No, but
Like,
we have played it, is what I mean. Like, he's become more pragmatic. He assesses the team that he's facing. If he knows he's facing a really good, like, possession-based team, he's okay with going long. And if he notices he's playing a team that plays mid-block, he's okay with holding the ball more. But the argument I have with to what you said, I don't think this team isn't good enough. Sorry, I don't think this system isn't good enough to win. And I hear what people are saying. I also hear what Abhishek is saying, which is I find this really interesting. We tend to conflate two things here. The first thing is the previous managers did what they could do to get points, which is one thing. And then they go, but they never implemented anything, which is true. But there's nothing saying that you can't first get points and then make changes to your formation or changes to players that you want to bring in. Because we can bring up Pep. And one of the things I like about Pep was when he first joined, he tried to play system. He realized he couldn't do it. He adjusted. And then once he brought his guys, let's be honest, once he got Rodri is when he really changed everything. But when he had Fernandinho and Fernando, he played them together because he was like, I don't have the security of just one good DM. I need two of them. Once he got Rodri, he was like, screw that guy. I'm now bringing in a more attacking central midfielder. And he adjusted everything. So when the reason why I hear the Amorim argument from Ryan, I actually want to know how much because he has a lot of praise for him from his tactical strategic point of view. I don't think he understood how good the coaching level is in the Premier League. And you see that with a lot of Dutch managers when they come here. They come in here thinking they're going to walk the league. Every single one. And I mean all of them. We've seen enough of them. They destroyed the Dutch league, come over here, and all of them almost all struggle. And it's because this is the first time they get to meet every single team, except Wolves. Every single team has an elite manager.
So, it's like going from high school. It's like being the best player in high school to going to varsity football in college, and you're like, damn, everybody's as good.
Everybody's
as me, right?
nice for some reason.
And also on the Dutch bit, right? I also play football here myself, actually. Every team actually plays.
Go on, Vinny. What position was it?
I was a DM, actually. I was a DM.
Okay.
Yeah. So every team plays the 4-3-3 system. That's it. There is no deviation. So I kind of actually, see the stubbornness to that side of the Johan Cruyff school of thought. So it's of no surprise that whenever they actually, come to the Premier League or they go to the other leagues, they tend to fumble. We've seen Frank de Boer, who actually conquered the Dutch league.
Wasn't he at Palace? Which team was he at?
Yeah, he was horrible.
He's in contention. One of the most horrible.
Fastest sackings, right? He was one of the fastest sackings.
Yeah.
He was
I
terrible.
think first seven games, right? So no matter how a Dutch coach is, and I have seen that coaches like Slot are trying to kind of be a bit pragmatic in kind of inventing a bit of direct football with the which is a bit of opposite to Johan Cruyff football, right? Because the Johan Cruyff football is more of possession. You need to possess the ball. and that is so familiar with PSV. The coach now at PSV, Peter Bosch, he's Johan Cruyff. How do I say? Follower student. Exactly. So we have this this kind of determinant that whenever the opposition has the ball, within 2 or 3 seconds, you need to actually get the ball. So it's a bit more pressing, right? But then if you see Slot is actually trying to be pragmatic. And when he was at Feyenoord, he was doing the same thing as well. He was pragmatic. He was more of a direct coach, even though sometimes he played a 4-2-3-1. Sometimes he also did a 4-3-3 as well. So I think that has actually earned him a place at Liverpool now. And that's the reason why he was able to actually win the league, unlike the other Dutch coaches who actually, transitioned to the Premier League. So the Johan Cruyff school of thought is a bit of stubbornness to the Dutch coaches. You made mention of the top 4, right? To be honest with you, I'm a bit worried, Andy, about the top 4, and it's simply because of
the way you said that. You sounded worried about me, like.
No, I'm a bit worried about top 4, right? If we can make it, like, guys, with all our full squad, it's even difficult for us to actually compete with the other teams, because I mean, we know the squad there is very thin, right? We cannot compete. How much more losing Mbomo, Ahmad, who are very key to this system. And look at the matches that we are playing within that period as well. We are playing Aston Villa. We are playing Man City.
Yeah.
So it's.
We also have three. We also have 3 very bad teams that we're playing. Well, I shouldn't say very bad team. Like we're playing Wolves. We're playing Wolves, Leeds, and Burnley. Right?
Leeds is going to be a good game.
No, it is. It is.
Yeah, and Ryan's a Manny fan, so he's from Manchester. He knows that Manchester United old rivalry.
Yeah, old rivalry. Yes.
Yeah, massive rivalry. If I can really quickly go back to a question Nelson had for me earlier. You mentioned about Amorim, managers not recognizing the level of the coaching in the Premier League. I wonder if you agree with me in that I think Amorim is one of the very few managers who does realize the difference in level. I have never seen a manager before come in and go, the storm is coming. Like he came in, he started off really well and he went, this is not going to continue. He knew that we weren't good enough straight away. And he was the only person that seemed to notice that and say it. So I personally think he is very well aware.
You know, the only reason I would say there's another coach who said that, but he just had really poor English, was Ten Hag. Because the moment Ten Hag tried to implement his style of play, he looked at these players and went, there's no way we're going to be able to play the way I want to play. So I think he just, I think, to me, it's just adapting. My thing about like elite coaches is every elite coach that I see adapts to the system, to the players, to everything. Yeah. So it doesn't matter whether it's a 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3, 3-5-2, doesn't matter. He just looks at your players and goes, I'm just going to have to make the best out of this. And I agree with you that I think at some point he realized, oh crap, this team isn't good enough to win a bunch of games. But to what Andy had actually stated earlier, Andy had asked the question, do we feel like we play like a top 4 team? I think we play like a top 10 team. It's, to me, what I see most of the time. I don't see
Nelson, just quickly, we'll get to that. That's a good point that you bring it back.
Yeah.
But I want to see the point you made about the coaches adapting, right? Mm-hmm. And I think most of the coaches you're referencing that quote unquote adapt to their players also do so in a 4 at the back system, right?
Yeah.
And this guy is trying to institute a 3 at the back system, which in general, very few, like if you were looking at percentage of top 5 league teams that play back 3, it's less than 20%.
Yeah.
Right. And very few, in fact, I'd be willing to bet less than 5% of academies actually play back 3 systems, right? Most of the academies play 4 at the back. So for most of the careers of any player that we have they are used to playing a 4 at the back. So that adaptation is always going to be harder for someone who's trying to institute a 3 at the back system in a team and a club that has almost never played that system before, right? So when you're doing something that's radically new for these players, it is going to look worse than just adapting to a 4-2-3-1 that presses a bit more to presses a bit less, right? So that's I think the distinction here between Amorim trying to adapt versus Ten Hag when he adapted straight away from his Ajax system to being like, no, we'll just play counterattacking football.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with that. Yeah, all the way.
To add to that as well, I think most top managers that adapt, they adapt to go from 4th to 1st or from 3rd to 1st. You very rarely see managers try to adapt to go from 15th straight to 1st. I feel like Amorim has said in his press conferences, evolution will come when I feel like it is necessary. I think he wants us to get to the point where we are good enough to be like top 4, top 5, and then try to adapt the final tweaks, so to speak, the cherry on the cake, the thing that pushes you into where you need to be. I think trying to adapt at this point is just giving up. He was brought in for his system. Without his system, he is just another manager. I mean, a very good one. I think he's a very good man manager. I actually think that's his other big quality. Like Ronaldo called him the poet, etc. I think he's very good with his words, and especially for a second language. But yeah, I think if he gets to 4th, say, and then the next season doesn't change anything and stays 4th, that's when I would say, right, you're not adapting, and you need to adapt to be a top coach.
You're saying if he gets to 4th this season?
No, not necessarily this season. So I've always said. So my prediction for this season was 5th. I predicted top 6 by Christmas, and I predicted 5th by the end of the season. And I also predicted. I had 3 insane takes with my friendship group at the start of the season. Those were 2, and the third was that Slot would fall off once he brought his own players in. I actually sent Sean a screenshot of that the other day.
Wait, Sean, like our Sean?
Yeah, your Sean. I was talking in the Discord, and he sent me a DM, just chatting about some of the stuff I was bringing up. But yeah, so I think next season is when we need to try and finish top 4. I think, as I say,
but I think your overall point is that if he finishes at a certain level and then next season also finishes at the same level,
exactly,
that would be when you would criticize him, right? So even if we finish 6th this year and it looks like we're going to finish 6th next year, that's going to be a problem. In fact, I'll go a step further, Ryan. The thing that people are missing in my defense of Amorim is that I genuinely think that given the players that we have right now, he is doing a little bit better than we are. And Nelson, to your question about where do we feel like a top 4 team, the question is a hard one to answer because you have to look at what the other teams are also doing around us, right? Top 4 isn't this like fixed objective thing that is the same thing every year. It always depends on the league and how the other teams are playing. And as bad as we have looked in certain games, and trust me, I have sat here, watched first half of games, reacted poorly, then gone and watched the game back and said, oh, actually, we're playing better than I thought, right? So if I look at the league this year, based on the teams that are around us, based on how much Aston Villa is overperforming, how bad Tottenham actually is, how bad Bournemouth have become after their good start to the season, I actually look at it and say we are probably on balance the 3rd or 4th best team. I think expected points having us 3rd is a little flattering, based on the stats. But I would say that we are probably the 3rd to 5th is probably fair to put us right now. I'm not saying where we will be in 10 match weeks. Right now, I do actually think we're playing good enough, and that's where I'm like having the faith a little bit that in the end of the season we can do it as well. Because how long has Mbeumo been bad since he had his really good form, right? How long has Šeško been missing? How long has Cunha been bad? And despite all that, somehow we're scoring 26 goals. We're winning the games somehow, right? By hook or by crook. It's just it feels a lot more negative than the football or the results are showing in the fan base. Even for us right now, we're having this like boardroom style meeting about like, guys, what can we do to get us top 4? And quietly, it just seems like despite how we feel, despite how it feels like, we are actually a top 4 team.
The only point that I would say is I actually think if he does finish 5th with this squad playing the way we're playing, with AFCON, multiple players injured, that actually be a really big shout for. They should give him a much larger contract.
It would have been an overachievement.
And a serious overachievement. Because I honestly think the next few games, and I'm starting to on Mondays. From Monday going forward, if we get, you said 10 points.
I said 10 points after the Bournemouth game. The AFCON period, I said 10 points.
Okay. Yeah. So after those next 6 games, genuinely more than 6 points, I think is amazing. Like, I actually think more than 6 is actually, because we're going to be playing City, who only lose Mamouche, I think.
Yeah.
And then Aston Villa, well, it's all European. So, like, we're literally going to be playing our second team versus everybody's first team for like 3 weeks.
I think the lower teams have some more African players. Like Wolves has a decent chunk of African players.
Yeah, but I mean
we're not playing Sunderland though.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's also the fact that they're 2 of our very best players, not even just 2 stars.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, 2 actual bona fide star players for us.
Mm-hmm. The players that have adapted to the system the best as well.
The quickest.
Not just about the quality. Like Ahmad knows what he needs to do. Mbumo knows what he needs to do. And Mbumo's involvement in the build-up has actually gone very underrated. How he drops deep and how many players... Dude, someone needs to do a counter of how many players he's nutmegged after he receives the ball. Like how many defenders that come onto him that he just nutmegs every time. It's crazy. It's like a skill.
Kelvin's Bunda argument is valid, I think. I think that's what we should be looking for.
I have a question, right, guys? So who do we reckon actually replaces Ahmad and plays effectively in the system?
Yeah, I was going to point that out. It's going
to be Dorgu. It's going to be Dorgu.
It's going to be Dorgu
on the right and Dorgu on the left.
Yeah, no, it's going to be Dorgu on the right.
No, Dorgu on the right. Dorgu played on the right for Lecce.
Like, is it the Patrick Dorgu we all know?
Yes.
Yeah, same guy.
Patrick Chinaza Dogu, by the way. Chinaza, that's his middle name.
No, but I think
you're Nigerian, Lanre.
Yeah.
Nice. So I think the biggest scare is my issue is actually right centre back, because Mazraoui, it literally has helped us progress in the last 2 games so well.
Yeah.
That I think bringing in anyone else in that position, we drop significantly.
Well, why are we talking anyone else? It's going to be De Ligt or Euro.
It's going to be De Ligt or Euro, yeah, true.
Yeah. Both I think Euro can do a steady job.
You think so?
Yeah, just that progressing the ball will be a bit, will be a bit difficult for us because Mazraoui progresses the ball very well.
Hitting both parts on the center back position, like which he has done pretty good.
Yeah, so Heaven will stay in the middle. It's going to be De Ligt whenever he's fit. He's going to play De Ligt over Euro.
So you guys reckon that Heaven is going to start ahead of De Ligt at the CCB?
Yeah. He should. He should. It'd be stupid to get rid of it.
Also, everything Amorim has said about like rewarding hard work, rewarding good training, rewarding good performances. If he drops Heaven, that would be going against everything.
Yeah.
Now it's a different question if like everybody's fit and he has to get in his senior center backs into a game because he's worried about the result or whatever. That's a different thing, right? If we're playing a big team and he wants to play Maguire, that's the only reason I would see that. But Maguire's out, De Ligt is out. Heaven should continue.
Yeah. Do you think we start Lissandro now? Sorry.
Down the pecking order a bit because of like Licha is also getting good time, and he is showing some good signs. He's definitely not up to the fitness marks that Amorim is expecting, but he has been good in the last couple of games. At least his passing is bang on. Like the kind of passing or progressive passing that we saw from Heaven, Licha is also showing similar kind of things, and he has got good amount of experience under his belt as well. So yeah, gives good amount of stability. Yeah, people talk about his height, but who cares about his height? He's a banger. Like once he's
our
fit,
most physical center back, even at 5'9".
Yeah, absolutely.
He's the only centre back I trust to match Haaland. Every time he faces Haaland, for some reason, he plays out of his skin every time.
You know
Yeah,
why? Because his
Totally
elbow
agree.
goes straight into his. You know what?
It's on eye level.
Yeah.
Good thing around.
Yeah.
But guys, on the
uh,
heaven part, right? On the heaven
yeah.
part, I think Delect was our best centre back before he actually got injured. So why are we writing him off from the CCB?
We're
No,
not
Delete is our
writing
best
him off.
defender.
We're not
No,
writing
he's
him
our
off.
best defender, but
Whoa,
he's not.
no.
He's on the build up, right? He just
Yeah.
passes left or right. Like I
Yeah.
literally watched the Crystal Palace the first half. I watched every second of that game without skipping anything, and it was literally watching Delict going left or right, even when he had a chance to go forward. And so that's my only problem with Delict. And I actually think it's not even hard, the passes that he's refusing to make. He's got a mental block. It's like a
Yes, it
confidence
is
thing where he
absolutely
doesn't
mental.
trust himself to not give the ball away.
Because in my opinion, I don't remember much from 2018, but I'm very sure he used to do that for Ajax. He did it in the
Yes,
Champions
exactly.
League.
That was what I was
Very
about to
forward
say.
passing.
He's
So I
a
don't know where it
progressive
went.
centre
It's very
back.
surprising.
He's a progressive centre back.
Yeah, but he's just not
It's
doing
not
it
in
right
his
now.
head. Bayern and Juventus like got into his head.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
At Bayern, I know it was really bad.
Yeah, because he actually had a season where he had like 7 progressive passes per game, like in the Bundesliga for Bayern. I covered it in the members only video. I forget what it was now, but yeah. But
Tuchel
anyways,
called him out
guys.
too.
Yeah, he called him out. Guys, we've been live for a while. I wanna respect my health a little bit and just go touch some grass. Get some fresh air. So I just wanna close off with this. We actually have Robert in the background. I feel okay. I'm gonna bring him on. Just Robert, how you doing, man? I think it took a while for the news to reach Kenya that Nelson was online. But yeah, Robert's just upset that Nelson hasn't said anything too inflammatory today. Yeah, if we start talking about Rashford being better than Torres, maybe he'll start talking. But yeah, anyways, guys, I enjoyed this call a lot, man. You guys are legends. Please like the stream on your way out. We're on 90 likes. Would really help us out to get to 100 likes, and it's a good goal for the stream. I appreciate you guys so much, man. Nelson, Vinny, Abhishek, Landre, Ryan, you guys smashed it. Ryan, amazing first appearance from you, man. You should keep coming back. I think everyone's enjoying everything you had to put down. So, any parting thoughts?
Is that from me specifically? Not
Yes.
really. Yeah, no. I could probably sit here and debate Nelson for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I pretty much do that in the comments anyway, at times.
Yeah, Nelson's got that je ne sais quoi. What can I say? All right. Cool, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciated having you guys on. We'll be back here again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. UK. And yeah, maybe I can get into a little bit of Arsenal Wolves hate along to see, because it'd be so funny, right? Because I better see Arsenal beat them by 8 goals or something, man. Because apparently they're so crap, and we shouldn't take any credit for beating Wolves. We're getting gassed up by beating a shit team. But which other team beat them by 4 goals? Only City scored 4 goals against them.
I only wanted to say something. It's Arteta literally switched from being a Pep supporter to being a Diego Simeone supporter. He's just
Mourinho.
Mourinho style, man. They'll score 1 goal and that's the end of the game. Be a 1-0.
And Nelson, talk about adapting. Arteta has also been adapting his game every year, every season. He adapts.
To towards football, yeah.